So when I picked Piranhaconda as the first entry in this series, it's because I'd already seen it a few times by now, and I knew there'd be some comedy value in it.
Something wrong, Leilani?
The thing is, Piranhaconda was missing several of what I would say are the most defining characteristics of movies that would belong in this series. I think really what a film needs to be in this series is a big name to get top billing despite barely being on screen. Check. A shark or shark hybrid as the main monster. Check. And most importantly of all, it's made by the Asylum. Check and check. So with that in mind, this is the Disaster Piece Asylum, and this is Two-Headed Shark Attack. Let's get to it. Man, straight in with the helicopter opening sequence. We're not wasting any time today, are we? We begin by seeing some random guys and gals on boats, who start getting eaten within 90 seconds. Also, does anyone feel like the entire concept of this movie was just for this one shot? The shark, or is that sharks? I don't know. The science isn't really there, let's be honest. Anyway, the sharks managed to eat just the boat and leave the people intact. What laws of physics led to this, I don't really know, but there we are. A rubber shark head mixes some strawberry milkshake in the water, and the title screen shows up. Now that gripping opening's out of the way, it's time to meet the actual main characters of this film, who for some reason are on this school boat trip. Boat school trip? One or the other. It's a class trip on a boat. There we go. We've got Cam and Electra, because we need someone's name to put on the poster. Teach Man, who is her husband. Brooke Hogan, daughter of wrestling legend and human hot dog Hulk Hogan. This nerdy guy, and this jock. Everyone else is expendable, and honestly let's not bother with character names, you'll only get attached. We have a few minutes of what I suppose you could call character establishment if you're feeling particularly generous, before the boat ploughs into a Windows XP screensaver. Teacher Man apparently tries to pick up the shark body for some reason, accidentally guiding it into the propellers. Well done. Summoning the two-headed variety. The boat is now taken on water and has conveniently lost its communication system.
Laura, what's the problem?
We're taking on water. Han and Tequila are working the bilges, but that hull breach is gonna have to be dealt with immediately. I tried to call for help, but the radios are out.
Wait. Are we sinking?
Oh God, we're sinking!
Man, even she couldn't believe that delivery. They begin ferrying the students to a nearby island while the crew start work on repairs. Cam and Electra remains on board because they only paid for one day.
What's that in the ground?
What do we have here, a tide pool?
No, it's more like a hole.
Maybe there used to be a structure here and this was a post hole. Great start, guys. Let's keep moving.
Mate, you're supposed to be a scientist. What sort of structure require a post hole this massive? Is this the site of Atlantis' football stadium or something?
You gonna be okay down there?
It's just a little welding.
Well, that's her dead then. While we wait for the captain lady to get eaten, Cam decides to work on a tan. That's an admirable train of thought, I guess. I'm on a sinking ship, might as well enjoy it. I mean the physical ship, not the movie by the way. Although, to no one's surprise, this lady gets attacked by the shark. She turns into an extra from the Californication music video, gets bitten on the leg, shrugs it off, and then gets ripped in half. Meanwhile, back on Love Island, the crew find an abandoned village. They start to split off to find some supplies. Brooke Hogan delivers some exposition about a backstory, accompanying every answer with an eye roll. Her acting mainly consists of 3 moves in this movie: the eye roll, the sigh, and her most powerful weapon, random exaggerated shoulder movement. The Oscar's on standby, I'm sure. Apparently, due to a previous childhood shark incident, she's afraid of the water. Then to the obvious question to why did she sign up for this boat trip?
So then, why'd you sign up for a semester at sea? I know. Could you think of a worse place for me to be?
The new executive in charge of the Knockouts Division, Brooke Hogan!
Meanwhile, the director realises that people are starting to tune out, so it's time for some...
In some hot lesbian.
Yes!
Action!
Yes! Roll the VCR!
HLA!
Give it to
HLA! HLA!
Right, so I've got some serious questions about the logistics of this scene. This shark is big enough to swallow people whole, and I guess boats whole as well. Yet this water's only waist deep for these 3, and it manages to brush past them, I guess, without even showing its fin above the water. Did you think that just putting lesbians on screen would mean that you didn't have to bother trying to make this make sense? During the exploration, the crew find 2 abandoned boats. and this girl finds a gun which she immediately nonchalantly pockets. Urged to make a joke about Americans rising, so Brooke decides to start repairing the boat when an island quake occurs, causing the teacher to skin his knee, I guess? It's quite unclear. After another quake, one of the girls begins to panic before Brooke-a-mania starts to run wild brother dude Jack.
What the fuck is going on here? What was that?
Lindsay, you need to calm down.
You want me to calm down? Then
Get a hold of yourself, Lindsay.
Dramatic.
Use the bench.
I'm definitely going to reuse that clip at some point on the channel. Some of the students bring the teacher back to Dr. Electra Medicine Woman before stupidity happens.
What happened?
He fell when the island shook.
The island shook. What are you talking about?
You didn't feel that?
You didn't feel that? He asks the woman who has been on the boat the whole time. Jesus Christ. Instead of heading back to the island, these two head off to check out the boat captain's disembodied hand that they've spotted a couple hundred yards away. Surprisingly good eye. Also, that shark is so fake it's hilarious. On the island, both boats are repaired and the jock challenges Brooke to a race, because that seems like appropriate timing. Carmen shoots a flare to try and warn the students. The shark bumps into the SS Jock, but why didn't it just eat the boat whole? We saw that it could do that earlier, so why not now? This has got to be the most inconsistently sized movie monster in cinematic history. The NW boat comes to the conclusion that the other boat has a bigger engine, causing more of a disturbance to the shark, hence why it's focusing on them. I swear that's the same logic from The Happening. It's not exactly something to celebrate though. So more students get eaten, still no fin above water. Come on guys, put some effort in at least. Everyone, even Carmen, is on the island now. Guess they could afford a second day after all. Maybe that's where the CGI budget went. The crew go over their plan to distract the beast with the generator while repairing the boat. I come in with some interesting camera work, panning to this girl both before and after she speaks.
Does anyone know how to fix a generator?
I'll give it a try. But why?
Well, okay, look. If we hook up the generator...
I smell some ADR. I mean additional dialogue recording, not Alberto Del Rio. Lots of wrestling references on this one, can't imagine why that's happening. Brooke volunteers for welding duty, and the island continues to collapse for reasons of plot. Also, side question, since when did sharks growl? Is that a thing? I'm suspicious. Brooke is back on the ship now and manages the quickest hair bun I've ever seen. The plan to electrocute the shark doesn't work, despite it fluctuating in size several times again. Brooke manages to return to the island after a welding, while the jock steals the ship. The shark subsequently re-damages the hull, properly this time as the ship immediately sinks. Well, it does in the wide shots at least, because during the shots while we're actually on the boat, it's still perfectly level.
Mayday, please! Anybody there? I'm sinking! And there's a two-headed shark attacking me!
Roll credits.
So what are we supposed to do now?
we can't stay here.
So where else are we supposed to go?
The motorboat. Some of us can take that and send back help for the others.
We're hundreds of miles from anywhere. There isn't enough gas.
Lindsay's right. We can't just stay here. This place is gonna flood.
Yeah, especially with that thing still out there. We can't use it. The shark will be attracted to the motor.
It's too dangerous. We'll only end up stranded at sea.
Once this atoll sinks, we will be.
What? That doesn't make any sense. Do you mean that you'll be stranded at sea too? Because you did not put the emphasis on the right words for that at all. So the jock and his Lilo get eaten while the atoll continues to sink. And remember, when it does, we will be. So obviously panic's starting to set in now.
Can't help them.
To where? You're on an island. Carmen and the teacher bloke both get sharked and tsunami'd at the same time, which seems like overkill. Carmen Electra did nothing in this entire movie. Her character could have been removed entirely and nothing at all would have changed. As phoned in as Michael Madsen was in Piranaconda, at least his character was sort of part of the plot. The atoll has collapsed entirely now, but thankfully this chapel or shed or whatever it is only waist deep in water, so the students that remain take shelter there. Maybe they're hoping for a shark exorcist. Yes, that movie does exist, and no, I don't know why, and yes, I'll probably cover it at some point. The gun from earlier doesn't help at all and more students die. 3 remain: Brooke Hogan, the nerd, and ADR girl. The new plan is to pull the jaws and explode something in its mouth. I guess the atoll has stopped sinking in the background now then, seems pretty stable to me.
Take off your shirt.
What?
Take off your shirt and wring it out. It's the only chance we have of getting a fuse.
Yeah, dry it out and then immediately just leave it in the water. Nice, that'll help the fuse. Despite that, Del Rio does manage to blow the barrel before she gets eaten. And it's time for that part of the video where I get irrationally frustrated at something in the movie. So, the shark has lost one of its heads now, as you can see in this shot. But apparently we couldn't afford to animate too much of that. So, randomly in some shots it just gets a normal great white head when chasing them now. No sign of the second head that's been blown off, just a normal shark. Apart from Brooke Hogan's shoulder acting, it's this inconsistency that made me want to cover this movie in the first place. It's memorable, even if it is irritating. The Mega Powers here decide to lure the shark away with the remaining boat, which bites the engine, causing the whole thing to explode for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Maybe the writer just couldn't think of a way to kill the shark and panicked when looking for an ending, who knows. So out of that boat full of people from the start, only these 2 survive. Obviously Brooke had to make it, Hogan's never do the job, brother. A helicopter from a PS2 game comes in to save them, and we're out. The one bit of credit I will give this film is that they don't go for the sequel tease like many others do, despite this film actually having a sequel. Scratch that, it has 3 sequels. Good lord. So that was Two-Headed Shark Attack. Is it worth watching? No. No, it's not. Oh, you wanted more than that? Well, okay, fine. These Asylum or Asylum adjacent productions often ride a fine line between entertaining and boring, and sadly this one ebbs more towards the boring side. Everyone's performance is bad, but only a few of the smaller characters are bad enough to actually be funny. Apart from Brooke's shoulders obviously, which steal the show. As you can probably tell, the worst parts of the movie were the inconsistencies, which were more frustrating than entertaining honestly, at least for me. Also, at 97 minutes, the film is longer than Piranaconda and without anywhere near the charm. It don't even have a catchy theme song that's been exploited out of someone.